morning, guys. Just a quick voice check before we start. We'll be starting in around 2 minutes. Let me know in the live chat whether music's too loud, whether I'm too soft, etc, etc. Alright, let's get this started. And good morning. My name is Sean Dexter and welcome you back to the Mango Grove for your daily live stream. I was almost not gonna do a live stream today. I was gonna push it off for tomorrow. I was just being lazy. I'm having a very lazy Monday morning, and hey, why not? I got away from that corporate world in order to be able to pick and choose when I get my long weekends. But you guys all owe a big thank you and a lot of mangoes to AJ Smalls. He convinced me very subtly to come on here anyways today. So glad to be here with you guys nonetheless. I'm seeing a lot of the mango seedlings in the live chat. This makes me really happy. It's already worth it to come on and do a live stream today because I'm seeing Indranil J in here, I'm seeing Wolvie, I'm seeing Mock, I'm seeing Julian, I'm seeing one of the new seedlings too. Let me go ahead and find her name. Is she in here? Claudia, I believe, was in here, right? Or am I yeah, Claudia's in here too. Kyle Medina's in here. DJ82 is in here as well. How's it going, DJ? So I remember you mentioning via PM that I missed a couple of your questions in the last live stream. I am going to look out for your messages this time around, so that way I don't miss your questions. But I'm really hoping today that we do have a more relaxed live stream because I was looking forward to a lazy Sunday, breaking my fast a lot earlier than usual as well. I haven't broken my fast yet, but I'm looking forward to feasting right after this. Maybe ordering in some comfort food as well. It's not feeling like, you know, fasting today. Wanna just do anything. Yeah, so let's just sit back today and look forward to the next opportunity, because this, by the way guys, this is the time where the traders separate themselves from the moon boys, right? The opportunity is ripe, and yeah, you're going to see now the difference between the real traders who know what to do in these sort of situations and people who got really overconfident because they were just a consequence of a bull market. I told you guys leading into this bull market that there's going to be a lot of people that outperform the mango veterans during the bull market, right? Because you can't really beat an over leveraged buy and hold, like over leveraged buy and hold strategy, holding on to an over leveraged position that just keeps going and going, right? Like a proper trader would not be in those positions, and we saw people take those positions and get rewarded for it, but then they got punished, they got smacked down on those positions as well. And for those of you who are on the live chat, who were one of these people who got smacked down, I don't mean to disparage you in any way. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. The fact that you are in the live chat, the fact that you are watching the stream, regardless of what has happened with the past few days, shows that you are here to learn, shows that you want to gather yourself again and reevaluate how to move forward, which is now's the time, guys. Now is the time to sit back and really Study what you did, study what you did right, study what you did wrong, study everything, and study how to move forward. Now is the time, because in a bull market it's almost impossible to concentrate on learning, right? It can be done, it's hard to do, and you should do it nonetheless, but it's really hard when prices are pumping to actually study and focus. Now's the time though. Now's the time to sit back and learn. Okay, so with that rant out of the way, let's go ahead and take a few questions before we begin. Sean, music check is a bit loud. The beats are shadowing your voice. Oops, my apologies. It's a good thing though that the music was too loud for that rant. Amid the Wogged says, hey Sean, I'm not a seedling or anything, but you are a Mongolian. If you're here in the live stream, you are a Mongolian. By the way, go ahead and join the Discord if you're not on the Discord just yet. themangoway.com/discord. He goes on to say, I'm just a random guy who found yours and Krisha's awesome channel. I want to thank you for what you do, and your streams are very informative, and you are a great teacher. Hey man, thank you very much. You're really sweet for saying that, and I'm glad you're finding value in these live streams, because all I do over here is rant about nothing, or seems like nothing, until you actually begin to put trades on, right? And then you realize that there's more to trading than just knowing, hey, should I go long or should I go short? All right, with that, I do want to go ahead and start with the dashboard today. Oh man, I'm getting deja vu on the dashboard, thinking back to the Vine back in the previous bear market. Not bear market, right, but it was a mini bear market where people were trading the Vine way more than me and making a killing, making more money than I was. And I got a lot of PMs over the weekend, people telling me and thanking me for the dashboard because they made a killing just following all of these calls on the dashboard, and I didn't, right? I didn't short as aggressively as many of the people who have taken these short positions, especially the USD pairings. I have no short trades on the USD pairings whatsoever. I do have a couple of shorts open on the Bitcoin pairings, and I can go ahead and explain my mindset on that if you guys are interested. But I think most of you already kind of understand where I'm coming from when I'm shorting the Bitcoin pairings. But yeah, the dashboard's been killing it, man. The Bitcoin pairing, BTC USD right over here, giving us the call 11 days ago, and you're already up 31% against Bitcoin. That's freaking ridiculous. Like, these are the kind of gains you'd be looking for in a bull market run, right? And you're getting that on within the context of a bull run. I still think I'm macro bullish, believe it or not, until things change. I want to see a little bit more confirmation before I say, hey, you know what, this is a bear market, this is a bear trend. BTC USD hasn't given me that just yet. So we're getting a 30% gain on a short that has been sustained for a few days now, right? In the context of a bull market, which it's ridiculous, and that's caution. That's enough reason to pause and be like, wait a minute, are we in a bull market, right? If you're seeing this, and it's enough reason to question whether you're in a bull market. But I personally don't think that it's enough yet for me to say it's over, right? The bull market, the macro bull market, is over. But yeah, Bitcoin, great gains over here. ETHUSD, surprisingly enough, you'd be actually down if you took the short from a day ago. So Ethereum and Cardano on the USD pairings aren't looking that bad, right? They aren't looking as bad. And we'll go ahead and look at Cardano very soon. And look at this, actually. USD is neutral on the daily time frame, while Bitcoin is still short, and you're up 30%. If you go ahead and look at the Bitcoin pairings, it's a different story. But across the board, though, the dashboard did really nail it. And especially those of you who are trading the dashboard against the I don't want to call them shittier coins, but okay, lower cap coins and the mid cap coins. you guys have done really well. Like these gains, some of these gains are BNB 75% retrace, and Krisha has been gloating on this one for very like for the past few days now. She keeps throwing it in my face because Krisha pretty much called the top on BNB. So good on her on that one. I'm not a top caller, man. I'm not a top caller. I never will be. Every now and then I'll get it right by complete fluke. I don't try because I think in the long run it's going to cost me more than the midterm wins that you can get. I do want to take questions though today, and so doing just TA because the TA has been pretty obvious. I did take a short on Ethereum at BTC. I did not get I was late on this trade, so I did not get the position size I did want. The trade was pretty obvious, right? Essentially the same support and resistance levels on the way up. Oh, you guys can't see my chart, can you? Oh wait, yes you can, yes you can. The same support and resistance levels on the way up that we broke towards the downside. Now you just play towards the downside. But remember, because we're in the context of a bull market, and Bitcoin is in a macro bull market, and the major macro bull market too, so be careful on that. But we're trading against Bitcoin over here, right? So either way though, you guys need to keep in mind that when you are putting on short positions, especially those of you, AJ, I'm talking to you right now, those of you who are putting on short positions for the first time in especially in the crypto space, or this by the way will work in any space other than Forex. Okay, what I'm about to say, the short trades will, the short trends are a lot more aggressive and will end a lot faster than the bull trends, right? So what I mean is you're going to see these moves, right, go a lot faster down and bounce back a lot faster too. They can be aggressive, they can be choppy, so be very careful. Don't try to get those big trend trading wins like you would in a bull market towards the way up, because bear moves end a lot quicker, they bounce a lot quicker, and they resume a lot quicker as well, right? So you got to be a lot more active trading the ranges. So essentially what you could do is you can identify a range, right? Let's say you have identified a range like this, right? That's your resistance and that's your support. You play the trend towards the range and then close your trade, because, and this range by the way can be a big range, okay? Can be a big range because it's going to happen a lot faster than you think. Okay, when prices break down, it'll happen a lot faster than you think. You can play that range and then get out on the support level, wait for the lower high. Now you're combining support and resistance along with your trend trading, right? So you have your range over here, right? Let's say we come in from higher where it was initially support, we break in, we retest it. You can take a trade there, right, with the proper risk management, of course, right? But now you're looking towards the next big range, okay? And you don't want to get too greedy in a bear market, and that's the gist of it. That's the gist of it. You do not want to get too greedy in a bear market. That's the foundation of what I'm trying to say over here. Don't get too greedy, okay? So you'll get the move down, and then you're looking to short the next lower high, either here, and then you can start building the position towards a trend trade. Does that make sense, guys? I'm not doing a good job today. I do apologize, because I was looking forward towards a lazy day. My mind is still lazy. Indonil Jane says, dashboard and dynamic has helped me personally a lot to hedge and recover my USD value and equity loss in this dump. Hey, good stuff, man. So a lot of you who are, some of you are trading based on some of you are calculating your performance based on your USD portfolio, and some of you are looking at your Bitcoin portfolio, right? So if you guys are looking at your Bitcoin portfolio, things haven't changed much, right? I'm one of you, right? I'm also doing that. To me, my Bitcoin holdings are a lot more important than my USD holdings. Losing Bitcoin is a lot more devastating to me than my losing USD. But that's only because of my financial circumstances, my life conditions, etc., right? Everyone's different. So if you guys are more concerned about your USD portfolio, you have to be a lot more aggressive than even I am being, right? No, that's not what I'm saying, Wolvie. I'm not saying that. You have to have, okay, so Wolvie's question is, wait, are you saying not to do any short trend trades, only ranges, or do you mean at the beginning of the breakdown? Okay, so let me explain this. If you believe that we are in a bear market, by all means trend trade it, right? Trend trade it, but understand that in a bear market you're going to see support get covered, positions get covered a lot more than in a bull market where resistance levels don't see as much covering of positions, right? I hope that makes sense to you. So in a down move, especially if people believe, right, even there's some people who believe that we are still in the context of a bull market, you're going to see a lot of people cover their positions on major levels, and those bounces can be a lot more aggressive. For example, look at this bounce on FBDC. It doesn't seem like much, right? It doesn't seem like much, but understand that these gains, right, can add to you having a lot more Bitcoin, a lot more collateral to short the next level, the next low high. And this is a key level here, right? It's very similar to what I did on the way up. I took profits on the way up on this very level, Wolfie. You were paying attention to this trade, right? You were following me on this trade, so I was very likely to do the same thing on the way down, right? So my thesis is that we aren't in a full-on breakdown just yet, right? It could get worse. This bear market could get way worse. We may see 20,000, we may see 15,000, right? So when I get bearish, I'll really get bearish, and I'll look for way lower prices. I'm not there yet. Not there yet. Should you wait till tomorrow? So okay, let's go ahead and talk about Cardano. We haven't looked at Cardano yet. We should ask that question. We should answer the question of the video, right? Is it all over for Cardano? What do you guys think? I do want to scroll up and make sure I don't miss any questions, especially from the seedlings. DJ8 is not a seedling, but I did promise the person that I'd look. Hey Julian, how's it going, buddy? Wolvie's in here too. Ollie spoke to him. Ashoka's in here. Jenny Santana says good morning. All right. Yeah, it doesn't seem like I've missed any questions. That's true. IJ. IJ says Cardano is the leader in the leader of the alts at the moment and is showing strength, indicator of market strength, right? So you can tell that IJ is really good at taking Mango lessons and deriving, being able to use those lessons on other situations that are very, very similar. So big props to you over there. So earlier this week, or rather last week, I said that hey, Cardano was one of the altcoin leaders and it was showing weakness compared to the rest of the alts while Bitcoin was dumping, right? Cardano was one of the first ones to actually break its structure. That's what allowed us to start positioning for an altcoin dump, and that pretty much saved my Bitcoin portfolio and then some, right? I actually came out ahead on my Bitcoin portfolio. And Christian and I slept like babies that night, and we were talking about this because it's crazy. Our USD portfolio has taken a big freaking hit, right? But it doesn't matter to us at all. But if we had lost Bitcoin, that would have felt, you feel the sting. It's really hard to collect Bitcoin in a bull market. Once we establish that hey, it's a bear market, collecting Bitcoin on the towards downside helps, or rather is a lot easier. But if we are in a bull market, losing Bitcoin while Bitcoin's going up in price is something you don't want to do, right? But anyways, went off topic. So IJ was able to use that concept today, where he's noticing that Cardano is showing strength over here, while the rest of the alts, or many of the alts, are not, right? Cardano, I believe, is up around 15% for the day, which is pretty good. Now, is that enough though, right? Is that enough to go all in on alts? No. Similarly to how I did not go short on all alts as soon as I saw Cardano dump, I didn't do that, right? What I did do, or not, Cardano didn't dump just yet at the time. Cardano had broken structure over here on the Bitcoin pairing, and what I did do was I sold off all my Cardano and I started positioning all my alts and rebalancing them so that I could get out of them when needed and act accordingly, right? So that's what you can do now. You can start preparing. Are we really seeing a reversal over here, right? Are we really seeing a reversal? I'm not so sure about that, but you never know. You never know. I'm not playing for a reversal though. That's for sure. I'm playing for a lower high until we get a higher low, right? I'm playing for lower high until we get a higher low. What I do want to point out to you guys is my thesis on the Bitcoin dominance reversing played out to the T, which is now making me believe that regardless of what Cardano or what Ethereum do, you still play the Bitcoin strength relative to the altcoins until we see otherwise, right? So now I want to see a lower low, lower high on Bitcoin dominance until we switch our play on the alts. Hey Siddharth, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you in here. So I do want to point out something to you guys on Bitcoin. We have lost a 200 moving average, right? So this is a really easy way to stay bullish over here, or rather get bullish, or rather when to switch back to bullish. You don't have to front run anything, guys. You don't unless you're buying Bitcoin for like the next cycle, right? So the Bitcoin buys that I did buy over here, what is for the next cycle, right? It is for like I'm willing to hold on to this Bitcoin through a bear market if I have to. So if you guys are willing to hold through a bear market, then fine, right? But should you be taking leverage trades over here? That's not the mango way. If you do have a system that tells you, hey, you know what, I should be buying over here based on the weekly, the bi-weekly, etc., then by all means play that trend towards the upside. In my opinion, there's a really easy trade. You could just wait for the 200 moving average to be reclaimed, right? Now that's a very, very simple way of doing it, and you do have resistance overhead too. In my opinion, Bitcoin has a lot of work to do to get ultra bullish, only above 48,000, right? You want to retake the Tenkin, the Kijun, live inside the cloud at the very least, and then live above the cloud inside. Like, there's a lot of work for Bitcoin to do before you can get ultra bullish. In my opinion, the best trades right now is to trade the fact that Bitcoin will outperform alts, right? That's the best way to trade this. That's how you can stay in a trend trade, Wolfie, right? If you're listening, because there's going to be a lot of choppiness over here. Yeah, so keep in mind, guys, the cloud has also turned red, right? Not a good sign at all. Not a good sign. So you don't want to be trading against that. If you do switch on over to the 4-day though, and the 3-day, there's something interesting going on over here. So we bounce off the 4-day dynamic, right over here. I'll go ahead and show it quickly. That's what we've been playing for the longest time, ever since the beginning of the bull market, right? So we came and bounced off that, but now I'm looking for a little bit more. I do want to switch back on over to the Ichimoku. We bounce with the 4-day dynamic. I want to see the 4-day close above the Kijun, right? If we close above the Kijun, then we can start looking for a retest towards the 47,000 region, which is the neckline of the head and shoulder structure that everybody has been looking at. So that's what I'll be looking for. But again, think about this. We're closing a 4-day today. If we manage, first we need to clear the Kijun. After we then need to make our way back to 47K. After we then need to close above it. So that's like at least 2 more 4-day candles or 3 more 4-day candles before we do all of that. That's going to take at least 1 week, right? That sits in line with the thesis that, hey, we could consolidate for a few weeks before anything significant happens. So what do you do until then? Well, you play the ranges, right? This is where, by the way, option traders are going to be frothing them out, because implied volatility has gone up drastically. The premiums that you can collect, whether you are selling calls or selling shorts, are going to be really, really juicy over here. And there's a big misconception over here where people are like citing the put call ratios and saying, hey, we're looking really bullish over here, or hey, we're looking really bearish over here. And both And here's the thing, right? Both interpretations are correct, right? Because you don't know whether people are buying calls or buying puts, etc., either to hedge your positions or to express their direction of the market. Remember, you could take the other side of the trade just to hedge your position. It doesn't mean that it's bullish, right? So looking only at the put call ratio, by the way, guys, is not enough information. And yeah, it seems to be a new narrative now that is being spread around. This is a very interesting time in crypto. There are still millions of people in first world countries that are not in crypto. Will get interesting as circulation increases. And that's a really, really good point, man. But you have to take into consideration the time frame over which this may happen. Looking back at history, when we study history, you're going to see a lot of times people talk about a time frame between like they'll say something like 1750 to 1820 or 1750 to 1850. That's a 100-year time frame where things unfolded. So this may happen over 10-20 years, right? We don't know, right? It's very easy to tunnel vision and think that the entire world's developments is going to happen in our decade, in this decade, or this bull market cycle. It's not. Things take a long time to unfold. Like, did you guys know that income tax, like in the USA, was only introduced, or was like fully accepted and introduced only in around 1862, 1864, and then it ended in around 1880, something like that, right? Under Abraham Lincoln, income tax, that was the first time that the world accepted income tax, right? First time. And then was reintroduced again in 1911, 1915, somewhere around the war. So income tax in its own form, right, like is something that took thousands of years before the world said, before people said, you know what, yeah, this is acceptable. So things take a long time to unfold, is what I'm trying to say. People are really resistant to these kind of big changes. Hi Sean, hey Tan, how's it going by the way, man? How are you? Hi Sean, what factors do you use to decide if the current bull or bear market trend is over in your opinion? I assume traders have different opinions whether the trend has truly reversed. The trend has reversed, Tan. Technically the trend has reversed and has reversed for, okay, so I'll tell you where was the big first sign, right? The trend reversed. It was pretty much when we got caught in this trade over here, right? We got caught and lost money over here. That was the first big sign that, hey, things are beginning to look bad. But then as soon as we close underneath here, right, that was the end of it. This candle close underneath 51,000. Is this the 4-day? Yeah, there you go. This is the 4-day. The 4-day really gets it right. And remember, Tan, we were talking about in the C chat too, right? Julian, I believe you were part of this conversation too. It was the 4-day 21 EMA, right? That was our line in the sand. Losing the 4-day 21 EMA over here was likely going to give us the move to what? The freaking Kijun, right? All the way down to 37. We got the move down to 37,000. Unfortunately, we did not trade it, right? So being able to call it is one thing, but I did not trade it. I probably should have, but I wasn't looking to short Bitcoin. I'd rather express my trade in a different way. But either way, that was a trade I did miss. Should have probably been looking at that a little bit more intentionally, a little bit more focused, I guess, on it. But I wasn't keen on it. So remember, guys, you don't need to be in every single trade. That being said, we got that move down to the Kijun, and on that alone, right, you can say, hey, the trend is down, the trend is reversed, blah 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 blah, the trend is down, right? But remember, going into this market, we talked about how the weekly break structure, the weekly breaks trend in prior bull markets, the 4-day will break trend in prior bull markets, and the trend still reverses. So it's not enough, or rather the bull market still continues, right? The bull market still continues. What I want to see now is something like this. I want to see trend continuation. When we see something like that, that's when we can play that trend on the higher time frames, right? Breaking trend is the first step. Now we want to see prolonged trend continuation. Also, I want to see money flow also align with that. I've been looking at this chart for a very, very long time, guys. You guys know that. If this was beginning to look strong to me, I would have been looking for a proper bear market. Now, it has been stuttering over here for a very, very long time. But if this breaks down over here, if we see yields actually start breaking down, I think all markets have one last leg in them. One big last leg in them. Traditional markets included. Hey, how's it going, Mystery Mask? How are you, my man? How are you? How are you? How are you? Good to see you in here, buddy. This is looking weak. This is starter stepping over here, man. It's at the end of the day, right? Bull markets end when there's no money that can come in, and people are looking to take money out of the market. That's when bull markets end. There's a big difference between just trend trading and understanding that money flow is still coming in, right? Because that's what causes a bull market. When there's more money that needs to be put into markets and people know what to do with that money. And at the moment, I do believe there's a lot of money that has been sitting on the sidelines for a very long time. Adam Zosma says, how does the Mango dashboard work in the background? What do you mean background? The Mango dashboard isn't up here, man. I can pull up the Mango dashboard for you. Oops, that's not how I do that. Okay, there we go. So a good way to use the dashboard, by the way, in a situation like this now is, okay, so we know that Bitcoin has been trending down for the past few days. This gave you the call around 11 days ago, blah blah blah. So you could have been riding that trend all the way towards the downside, right? You can then go ahead on over to your, you guys can see my chart, right? Okay, yeah. So you can go on over to your chart, use all your tools in conjunction, guys. Okay, use all your tools and draw your horizontals, draw your key levels, whether you're using the Ichimoku or just horizontals or EMAs, etc., right? Use in conjunction. Be like, okay, we've broken the Tenkin, broken the 21 EMA. When did this happen, by the way? So around 12 days ago, right? So it does line up with when the dashboard, so the dashboard gave you actually a call around the same time that we broke the Tenkin and the 21 EMA on the 4-day time frame. That lines up. That's confluence. Remember, the daily is giving you a call that's lining up with a 4-day time frame that is pretty pivotal, right, on Bitcoin. Okay, so cool. Now you draw your key levels on the lower side, right, as to where you'd be looking to take profits if you're looking to play the range, right, or whatever. It really depends on whether you're looking to play the entire trend or you're looking to simply play the range, take profits, etc. And then you want to keep an eye on the 4-hour time frame. This is what it comes down to. Okay, you want to keep an eye on the 4-hour time frame and wait for this to actually flip long. Does that also line up with a bounce of your key level? So if price comes down, bounces off a key support region, and now we start seeing the trend switch from short to long, you can use that in conjunction to be like, okay, we bounce off a higher time frame level, higher time frame support level, and now the lower time frame trend is switching long, right? So you can use that way. So for example, Cardano actually switched long 3 hours ago. IJ, was it Cardano that you pointed out? So let's go to Cardano USD. I'm talking about in the C chat. So yeah, there you go, right? Cardano, surprisingly enough, has been holding all of its major levels on the weekly too, by the way. On the weekly, I believe it held the Kijun Tenkin combo. Closed only the Tenkin, but held the Kijun and held the 21 EMA as well. So Cardano looking strong. And you did get a reversal call over here 3 hours ago that is already up 6%. So the way I look at this is that you would have saved 6% on your short position, right? If you were short. Does that make sense, guys? Oh my god, do you guys hear that? Do you guys hear my neck crack? Oh, that felt so good. Oh my god. Jeff Hernandez says, dude, this is awesome content, super informative. We need more people digesting this. Keep up the good work. Hey man, I appreciate those kind comments. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. So Cardano closed above the 4-hour-21 EMA as well, eh? That's interesting, man. Really interesting. Oh geez. I want to see confirmation over here though. 200 moving average overhead. So IG, I'd be looking for the Tenkin now to start flattening out around the $1.40 region. Look for the retest over there, and then you want to see that get picked up and start living there. This could just end up being a lower high, unless we actually see a strong reversal. But a lower high is still really good news, right? Whether it be here or deeper down, and then you want to start seeing the consolidation formation. Like a rounded formation would be a lot more bullish, because a lot more people are going to be entering the trade, and we'd likely see further continuation all the way up over here, perhaps. We want to see the rounded reversal or bottom. Get those likes up. Yeah, come on guys, there's 200 of you here and only 55 likes. Clearly you guys are not enjoying this content. At least hit the dislike button, do something. I mean, how does it work how does it work? Wow. It's a proprietary algo. It was recently brought to my attention that Bitcoin prices have correlated with oil market pricing. So hey Daniel, Castro, how's it going, man? But to answer your question, I have, how do I put this? What people do, right? It works to draw people's attention in, and that's why you're going to hear influencers talk about this a lot, and or give you this kind of information, right? They're gonna look at a certain segment of a chart, right? Let's say there was a lot more history prior to it. There's a lot of history. They're gonna look at only the most recent history, right? And they're going to find a correlation that, hey, oil has done this and Bitcoin has also done this. It's correlating now, so we should trade it that way. It's not really tradable, right? People who tell you that or keep pointing shit out like this to you, they're likely not trading, or if they are trading, they're losing money, right? You can't trade this. You can't trade this. You can't wait for correlations to happen and then be like, hey, it's correlating, I'm going to start trading it that way, right? It needs to be more prolonged. It needs to make sense. There needs to be a fundamental meaning behind correlation for you to trade it, in my opinion. Because randomness could cause correlation, right? Correlation, causation, etc., etc. So be very careful of that. That being said, I really don't know much about the oil market to have an opinion on whether there's a reason as for whether oil and Bitcoin are being correlated now. So just a heads up on that. I don't know enough to comment on that, right? So maybe there's something to it. All I suggest is look into it a lot more deeper and ask the question as to, hey, why would there be a correlation here? What's the reasoning behind it? Is there something going on? Thinking to enroll in the Mango dashboard. So if you're looking to enroll in the Mango dashboard, Adam, make sure you watch the tutorial videos that let me pull it up quickly. Where is it? I'm so oh wait, you guys can see my dashboard. Okay, cool. Oh, I was drawing on the chart this entire time. I hope you guys saw that too. I think you guys did. But either way, over here you can see a guide, right? Go ahead and watch those videos first to make sure that it's something that you'd enjoy using. So far, it does seem like everybody does enjoy it. But when they do come and ask me questions on the dashboard, many people aren't aware that there's a guide over here that you could watch. And it'll give you a better idea as to how to use it as well. So XRP, by the way, for those of you who did take that short 5 days ago, you're up 50%. Holy, oh, good stuff. Could you explain the bond chart a little bit more related to Bitcoin? Asks Ionis Stavrakelis. Ionis Stavrakelis. That sounds like the kind of movie, kind of name you'd have for a superhero in a movie. Yeah, let me just go ahead and pull up my chart. I have too many windows open today, guys, so I'm all over the place. I do apologize, because this was an impromptu stream. I did not set up well enough. I did not prepare well enough. All right, so the bond chart. This is not the bond chart, by the way. This is the bond yields. Big difference. So what this is telling you essentially is it's giving you the yields that you're getting on your 10-year bonds, right? The yield, right? I hope you guys understand what yield means. So it's essentially telling you how much you're getting, right? Risk-free, because the bond market, the US Treasury market at least, is considered the risk-free market of the world. It's telling you how much gains you're getting, yield you're getting by just having those bonds, right? So at the moment, you're getting around 1.68% on your 10 years. On your 30 years, you are getting around 2.3%. So how does this relate to Bitcoin? This does not relate only to Bitcoin. This relates to even your equities. Essentially, you think about it through a very foundational view, right? Like, let's say you were planning your estate and planning your finances, and you needed around a 10% total yield, okay, total return on all your assets, okay, across your real estate investments, across your equity investments, across everything. You're searching for yield. That's what the world is doing right now. They're searching for yield to fight inflation, right? That's the game right now. That's the big macro game that the world is playing. Everybody, especially pension funds, people who are about to retire, they need to make yield on their investments, right? On their money, on their capital, okay, to be able to survive. They can't retire otherwise, because inflation is going to keep eating into their investments, and they are the ones who have the biggest money, right? Especially the boomers, the Gen Xers. They are the ones who are now entering retirement, etc., and they have the most buying power. So when they are looking at all their opportunities, looking at all the options, okay, and they look at the bond market and they say, hey, wait a minute, I'm getting a yield over here, right? This chart is telling you your yield. It's not telling you the cost of your bonds, right? If you look at the bond market chart, in fact, you're going to see it dumping. But the yield over here is 2.4% on my 30-year and around 1.68%, right? Or 1.4% on my 10-year, right? 1.6 on my 10-year. So if I'm getting so much yield risk-free on the bonds, I don't need to allocate that much into equities anymore. I don't need to allocate that much into the bond market anymore, right? So accordingly, you're going to see money flow in and out of equities. You're going to see money money flow in and out into the Bitcoin market, depending on whether these yields keep going up. Because let's say this pops and goes to around 3%, 4%. Well, now their target of around 10% yield that they're looking for gets a lot easier through a risk management perspective by just buying bonds, right? Why would I risk money on Bitcoin or equities or like Nasdaq, whatever, right? Why would I buy risky growth stocks if I could just buy the bond market? That's the narrative. And I'm not saying that's correct, okay? I'm not saying that's correct, but that's what is being done. That's how money flows between different markets. It's all about risk adjusted returns. And if you can achieve a certain yield with the lowest risk, more money is going to flow into that market until those returns through a position size perspective starts getting more diminishing, right? So yeah, that's how it works. Okay. Also understand that there's more factors that come into play now when you can look at the CDS market. Basically, I don't want to get into all of that, so I'll just start confusing you guys way too much. This alone, by the way, is enough education for you guys for us to start our journey towards our community over here becoming a lot more sophisticated than other crypto communities. So it's one of the reasons why I do want to show you guys this more often, so we can all start getting more accustomed to talking about things like this. Matic is flying, says Peter Van Kloot. That's what's up with all these cool names. Jesus. Matic. So Matic and Cardano are both doing well. Matic, holy shit. What the hell, man? Guys, it's a bear market, man. I mean, then again, this could just be a lower high here. This is a daily. On the weekly, it's looking great still, right? But be very careful of this trend reversing. Now, this is where if the bears want to prove a point, this is where they do it. Could come up a little bit more though. Kijun Tenkin, yeah, this is where they do it, man. This is where they do it. Maybe push up a little bit more to the Tenkin if the bulls want to be a little bit more aggressive. So this is what I mean, right? You guys, Tan, this answers your question, or rather gives you a little bit more clue into what you were looking for from me through an answer perspective. Where's my English? This is what I'm looking for, right? Now I'll get clues, right? What do the bulls do here? What do the bears do over here? Do the bears put in a lower high? Do they step in and sell into that, right? So similarly with Bitcoin, when we see something like this coming into a major level where it's okay, cool, this candle is looking really strong here, but it's not enough. It could just be end up being a lower high on the weekly or the 40 or the 2-day, depending on the situation, right? We'll be able to decipher information from what the bulls intend on doing and what the bears intend on doing, because the bulls may want to turn into sellers as well. And if the bulls turn to sellers, well, you want to be on their side, right? Now you have the bulls and the bears on the same side. You only have bears. You only have bears in the market. Nobody's buying. When you have nobody buying, well, market prices go down. There's only 82 likes here. Hit the like, guys. Come on, get to at least 100. I miss Obina. Obina was always in here spamming hit the like, hit the like, hit the like. Love the guy for that. Because I keep forgetting to ask you guys to hit the like button. Because YouTube then sends me like an analytics report saying that people don't like your videos enough. people like so and so instead. Sean, can you look at my bot question? What's your bot question? Apologies for missing it. I was thinking about writing a trading bot this summer, more for fun than profit. Which strategy do you think would have a decent win rate for a bit? Okay, that's a good exercise to go through. But what I would do, man, I wouldn't put real money on the bot until you've tested that for like a good 6 months, because understand that there are bots that are trading against trading bots to wreck those bots, right? So they're bots fighting bots, right? Because it's automated and they know that they can exploit certain conditions in the market that will get the bot to lose more money than it otherwise would have lost money. So trade with a really small amount of capital, or trade it with big capital if you can. I'm not sure. Because I'm not sure whether you can connect your bot to like the paper trading software. But to answer your question, which trading strategy should you use? Well, did you do the exercise in the Mango Seed program on the can closes, right? The can closes versus the non-can closes strategy, along with the EMA. Have you done that exercise yet? So that would be a good place to start, in my opinion. Just try that. I don't think you've done that exercise. I think you lazed out and you decided not to. Bot wars, haha. Yep, there are bot wars, man, and it sounds funny, but yeah. Thoughts on graph projects? Gopship asks. I don't know what graph projects are. I mean, DAG projects? DAGs? Is that what you mean? Are you talking about DAGs? Ooh, we're already at the 1 hour mark. Probably wrap up soon. We've talked about Cardano. Have we talked about Ethereum yet? At BTC essentially bouncing off this major zone, perhaps testing the 21 EMA on this bounce over here at 0.065 Satoshi. Across Canada asked a question on Ethereum. It really depends, man. He asked how far can we go. It really depends on what we do from over here. Do we break the zone over here? If we do break the zone over here, there's a really good trade from here all the way down to around 0.04 Satoshi. So that could happen in multiple ways. That could happen with the market's dumping and Ethereum dumping harder than Bitcoin, or it could happen through Bitcoin just pumping hard over here and just leaving all coins in the dust. So that's the trade I'm expressing essentially, guys. I'm expressing the idea that Bitcoin is going to be either pumping harder than all coins, or Bitcoin is going to dump less than all coins, right? So it's either going to pump harder or dump less. That's my trade, right? I'm not trading that the markets will reverse over here on USD perspective. I'm not trading that the markets are going to dump over here on USD perspective. I am trading the idea that Bitcoin will either pump harder or dump less. Hey Avi, how's it going, man? How are you, buddy? Old man is in here too. How's it going, old man? Yeah, IJ, stop spamming. BTC testing the downward trend line rejected so far. Which trend line are you talking about? Are you talking about like this aggressive trend line? Like, are you guys drawing it like this? I mean, there's a clear support line over here that's easier to draw, right? Just draw the support line. You're coming to test the 21 EMA Tenkin. We haven't retaken this in a very long time, so it's been rejecting ever since over here, right? Rejection. So this is gonna be the first time, but retaking it is likely going to give us the move to the Kijun. Not looking for continuation after that though. Probably a higher low is the best case scenario. That's the best case scenario. I'm not saying that's happening. And by the way, when I say the best case scenario, I don't mean that price can't pump up over here and go all the way to the 200. It could do that, but I'll be looking for that to get sold into, and that's gonna be not as bullish as us doing this, right? I'd rather us have a rounded bottom. Delvinder Singh says, I always hit that button. Your insights are marvelous. Thank you, man. Appreciate the support and appreciate the love, buddy. Delvinder. So many cool names in today's chat. All right, let's go, guys. Let's do a Catan game right after the stream. You guys down? Mock, IJ, Wolvie. You guys ready to lose again? All right. It was Vishal who played this weekend. You guys ready to play? I'll play. If we end the stream like now, I'll have time to play a game. MB says, Sean, is it possible that we enter a bear market? Bear market year, some altcoins go crazy and shoot up. Yeah, yes, get ready for that. We could be in a bear market and still see altcoin rallies, right? And those are going to be short opportunities. Or if you want to take only want to take only bullish trades, by the way, in a bear market, you're going to get good moves, but you sell those ranges, right? You don't trend trade those ranges. You're going to get big range trades, good edge, but you don't hold on to those. So yeah, you could see some really good bounces in a bear market. That's what I mean. So Wolvie, this answers your question too, by the way. The bounces in a bear market, right, are harder to sit through as a trend trader than in a bull market. I went through it, man. I went through it. That's what I'm saying. Like it's fucking, it's bad. Sean, for fun, moon phase indicator on the PDC chart. What is that? Are you guys serious, or are you guys saying? Are you guys just is that a coin? I'm a little confused. So IJ says yes, Mock says yes. Alright, so Wolvie says yes too. We have 4 at least. Alright, we can play a game. Okay, cool. We'll wrap up the stream and we'll I'll get on Catan right after. Mock is now backing out. He says, F, I have something else to do, but I'll postpone it. Alright, cool. There you go. He's postponing it. He's not backing out. You guys should get Brawlhalla on your Steam. It's free. We'll play Brawlhalla next. Be fun. Especially in the bear market. That's what we were doing last time, right? Last bear market. Okay. I think I'm confusing a lot of people over here when I talk about it being a bear market, etc., etc. Let me reiterate my thesis to a lot of you guys who are new over here, right? The thesis I had all the way from 2019. We talked about this in 2019. And it's been playing out since then, and we've been trading accordingly. So let me pull up my chart, if I can find it. You guys can see it. Okay, Bitcoin. Let's clear everything out. Gone over to the weekly. Let's delete all of this mess. I can't see. Is that good? You guys see that? Okay, I think you guys can see my chart, right? Okay. Either way, we'll wait for you guys to respond and clear all of this out. So essentially, what we've been theorizing, hypothesizing, is that we're going to go into, while everyone is expecting like prolonged bull markets and then prolonged bear markets, what we hypothesized was that we're going to see shorter bursts of bull markets and shorter bursts of bear markets, prolonged with along with, so like a aggressive burst of a bull market that doesn't see the continuation people expect. We see a downtrend consolidation with a break, rounded off very quickly with another big bull market. It's a burst. It doesn't last like a 1 year move like people expect, or 1 year cycle like people expect, or 2 year cycle. It ends up being like around 6 to 8 months, right? And it's been happening exactly like that. Like we've had this bull market run, this short bear market run, another mini bull market. I wouldn't call this a bull market run. COVID was a big influence over here, but either way, right, this was a bear market run, and then a bull market run, not lasting as long as people would like, and then again breaking down for another short bear market run, rounded off. We will round off, and that's what I'm looking for, and then a bull market run, right? Now when you put it all together, this over here is just going to end up looking like a consolidation buy opportunity in the grand scheme of things, but it fits our thesis of having a short shorter burst of a bear market and a shorter burst of a bull market. Does that make sense? You got Brawlhalla last time. Alright, so we'll play it now. It's free, so you didn't waste any money on it. I think most Steam games are only like 20 bucks. AJ Small says MP Moonface search phase on the indicators. I don't want to end up mistakenly promoting an indicator by mistake, man. Mistakenly promoting an indicator by mistake. Even if it's for fun. Julian says full moon. Okay, buy Bitcoin now. Scooby Taylor says, will Ethereum reach 1,400 or is it starting to trend upwards? I don't think the trend has reversed just yet on Ethereum. But I'm not saying it's going to reach 1,500 either. ETH or ADA? Bitcoin. Cardano having a nice bounce though. But again, like I said, I'm looking for... can't get too excited until... Oops, not this. We're looking for the daily and the Ichimoku on Cardano. Other USD. What's the other BTC we're looking at? I'm a little confused. What are we looking at? But it was coming in to test the Kijun. Was it the 4-hour time frame? Or was it not Cardano that we were looking at? Do you guys remember what we were looking at? It's Fly X says so question mark. We don't give those kind of answers over here, man. We don't give financial advice, so you kind of have to decipher or rather derive the answer from everything I'm teaching over here. You're not going to get it spoon-fed to you on a plate saying, yes, this is what you should do, or that is what you should do. Make your own conclusions. The answer is in these videos. Obina says, guys, I need you all to like the stream if you haven't already. Don't forget to subscribe as well. We need to get to that 50k ASAP. Can you? Oh man, I really did not think. By the way, Obina, we were just talking about you. We were literally just talking about you 2 minutes ago. I was like, I really miss Obina. He's always in here telling people to like and subscribe, and I'm too lazy or I forget to do it. So yeah, I'm glad to have you back, man. How are you, buddy? How are you? But yeah, it's hilarious, eh? I really never thought we could get to 50,000 subscribers on Mango before Bitcoin would get to $100,000. I don't want to say I didn't think we would because I thought Bitcoin was so bullish, but more so because Mango's growth is really slow and sustained, right? And it was a similar situation when we were sitting at 10,000 subscribers and Bitcoin was blowing towards 20,000, but we managed to kind of narrow that gap too. But yeah. Sean, we were looking at other USD 4-hour when you pinged about the 10K. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, thank you. Where's that going to retrace up to? We talked about that across Canada. Alright, guys, I'm going to wrap up the stream now. I'll go ahead and just look at the theme one more time for across Canada. We're looking at the theme right now, so there we go. You guys can see my chart. Yes, you guys can. So we don't know where the theme's going to retrace to. All I know is that we're sitting on support on both the Bitcoin pairing, right, as well this major weekly support over here at 0.055, as well as the USD pairing at around $2,000, right? 2,000 is going to be psychological support. If we close the daily above that, I've not been paying attention to the USD pairing as much. Yeah, we did. Ethereum did hold the $2,000 support level, so which is good. It held the top of the cloud too, kind of, but in terms of retracing upwards, I'd be looking for resistance around the Tenkin Kijun. And the 21 emails over there as well. So there we go. In terms of breaking towards the downside, if it breaks 1,400, we're looking at 900 to 800 again, guys. So we don't want that happening, right? I mean, I'm short Ethereum, so I kind of want that to happen, but not really, because it means that the rest of the market's going to go to shit too. My most profitable scenario is going to be if all coins move up, but Bitcoin moves harder than them as well. AJ Small says, thanks for the stream, Sean. You're very welcome, buddy. He says, hope you can be lazy for the rest of the day. Well, we're going to be playing Catan now, so I guess we could have a lazy game of Catan. Sean, do you think BTC is going to have replacement because of carbon emissions, for example? No, man, no, Surya. Be very careful of those narratives. Be very careful. Thanks, first time. Seems like a nice community here. Yeah, we're a bunch of like just laid back, relaxed people at Mango, stress free. So DJ82, there you are. Did I miss your question, DJ? Because I was looking to. I was trying to ensure I didn't miss your question. What you guys should do, by the way, is try to change your profile picture on YouTube, so that way it's a lot easier for me to recognize you, right? So I can spot IJ now because I can see his face, or Bina as well. It's really easy for me to spot him. AJ is really easy to spot because it's literally AJ on his profile pic, regardless of him not having a profile pic. But yeah, someone suggested that seedlings have a unique profile pic on YouTube that represents a seedling, right? I really like that idea. If you guys are down to do that. Julian says, thanks for the stream, Sean. You are very, very welcome, Julian. Very welcome. Really glad to have you here yet again. Julian makes sure that he always makes sure that he's here for every single stream. Really appreciate that, man. There's no questions today. All right, cool. Maybe next time. Have you used the TD sequential indicator? If yes, is it worth to use, or does it have its flaws in regards to crypto market? People use the TD sequential indicator to call tops and bottoms, so I don't like to do that, so I don't use it. I'm not saying it's not useful. I haven't used it enough to have an opinion, man. Okay, now you're trolling, buddy. He's like, Sean, should I buy Bitcoin now? Chat, should I buy Bitcoin now? Sherwin says, I can do that. Oh, he's talking about the profile pic thingy. Yeah, that'd be easy. Alright, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. My name is Sean Dexter. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's stream, or perhaps the after tomorrow. Let me know in the comments down below whether you guys want to stream tomorrow as well. If I get enough likes and I get enough comments on these videos, right, we'll go ahead and do a stream tomorrow as well. But if you guys are too lazy to even comment, I'm going to be too lazy to show up tomorrow. I'll have another lazy day. I feel like I'm blackmailing you guys. That's so horrible. But hey, do it anyways. Do the mango way as well. Do the stress-free way. Do the easy way. I'll see you guys in the next one.